It's extraordinary, really, when you look back to this achievement, the greatest social achievement, in my view, in post-war Britain. And here we are in 2013, looking at a situation where the NHS will, unless something changes within the next few years, be completely and totally changed.
And fighting for the NHS means fighting for all our vital services, and for us in Lewisham it means fighting for our hospital. And we have had the most amazing campaign with the support of all you people from Lewisham, from the hospital, from everybody that uses the services there. But we do know, whether we win or lose, we're going to have to keep fighting. We just heard yesterday that the government is planning to close 9 hospitals across London, including Lewisham. In fact, it was a warning saying, we don't care if you win your judicial review, we're going to come and get you anyway. We have to show them that we're not going to let them do that. And that means we have to keep on fighting. And we depend on the support of all you people and the people beyond, the people of Lewisham, to actually make that fight a success. And we will win. We will not let them take our hospital, and we will not let them destroy our NHS. Thank you.
Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Kershaw? Our hospital is here to stay. We are the ones who will stop your little day. We are the ones who will make you think again. Cause you can find the money, Mr. Kershaw, if we let the bankers pay.
Lewisham Hospital, sign the petition, join us on the march next Saturday the 26th.
We will make sure it's there. So
and make sure that somebody.
You are kidding, Mr. Kershaw. Our hospital is here to stay. The NHS is ours and we don't want it privatised. We don't want dodgy bankers and their dirty PFIs. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Kershaw? Our hospital is here to stay. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Kershaw? Our hospital is here to stay.
Still managed to push his own budget of £5.1 million. £1 million.
So the message to Hunt is, be afraid, be very afraid. You have roused a sleeping lion.
Roar like the lion for the NHS.
10 days to save Lewisham. Now campaigners enlist the next generation in their fight to keep their hospital.
More than 20,000 people took to the streets to fight for Lewisham earlier this year. It shows how plans to change NHS services often stir up strong feelings.
I don't think the NHS is safe at all in David Cameron's hands because he has actually quite blatantly lied.
You are a coward in that relationship.
What I object to strongly is this coalition government privatising the NHS, killing the welfare service.
Tens of thousands of people here outside Parliament. That'll make the government stand up and take notice.
Burn the regulations! Burn the regulations!
trade union movement, and we need the Labour Party, quite frankly, to come out and actually to state their support not only for such a national demonstration, but to commit themselves, to repealing the Health and Social Care Act, to getting rid of PFI, and to reversing all these cuts.
Good evening, welcome to the ITV News in London. Tonight's main stories.
A 32,000-strong petition signed by hundreds of doctors and medical staff has been handed into Downing Street.
Not one single Lewisham GP is in favour of the changes.
Save Lewisham Hospital, save the NHS. Save Lewisham Hospital, save the NHS. Stand up, we're not putting us down. Stand up, we're not putting us down. England shut us down. Sign up, we're not putting us down. Sign up.
My name is Rosa Curling and I'm a solicitor for the campaign. We have just come out of court where judgment has been handed down in the case. The judge has declared the decision taken by the Secretary of State to close and downgrade services at Lewisham Hospital unlawful, which is absolutely wonderful news. This means that the services at Lewisham Hospital have to remain in place. They can't be downgraded or closed.
We've won!
Yeah! We've beaten Jeremy Hunt twice.
Lewisham Hospital!
Tearful, I feel excited.
We've saved Lewisham Hospital! Now the NHS!
Lewisham Hospital, now we save the NHS.
Let us be under no illusion that the magnificent response of the Lewisham community has made a huge victory for the NHS. Yeah. The TSA regime has wasted at least £6 million of public money. At least £6 million. But top of the list, of course, is the billions of pounds going out of the NHS funds for the private finance initiative funded hospitals. So if we're being told we're irresponsible, no, we're the responsible ones fighting to save the NHS, and we need a government that has different priorities altogether.
Victory parade to celebrate the victory of the Lewisham community
bunch of people that I've ever seen. And we've been determined not to be pushed over. Each and every time they tried to knock us down, we got back up. We were like the most irritating boxer that you could ever take on. And we took them to court and we won. People of the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People of the world, join hands, start a love train. They're closing us down. Come on, ain't gonna shut us down. Stand up, that's it, kids. Down, yeah, ain't gonna shut us down.
The NHS is perhaps the greatest institution Britain has produced. It is our pride, and we want it to go on serving us and our children and our children's children down through the years.
Money doesn't matter. In my heart, I love you, boy. I love you, boy.
Hospital, save the NHS. Save Hammersmith Hospital, save the NHS. Save Ealing Hospital, save the NHS. Save Kingston Hospital, save the NHS.
But you have to keep the goal in mind. The goal is to build a broad movement that is going to defeat this government. Not going to have infights squabbling over, I don't know, some bizarre position about the Middle East or something. The goal is that we're fighting to defend our local services, to defend what is rightfully ours.
We know there are still threats to our hospital, Lewisham Hospital, to 9 hospitals across London and to hospitals across the country. So that's why we're linking up with other campaigns across the country. We involve the entire community, patients, staff, trade unionists, pensioners, football supporters, faith groups, mums and dads with their babies in buggies, students, school children.
And I've come tonight to offer solidarity to Charlotte Monroe for what she's done, and that she be reinstated fully and without prejudice to the job that she's been doing brilliantly for the last 26 years as a union representative and a representative of the National Health Service in this community and across East London.
The voice of those who work in the health service, who experience it, who commit their lives to delivering health care to people, to improving the health of their community. It's absolutely critical that it's heard, that it's independent, that people can speak without fear.
It's very humbling to see all the hospital staff here fighting for, on the one hand, the standards of clinical care that we're proud of throughout the NHS, and on the other hand, from things like being debanded and being abused by the Barts Hospital Management Trust.
Interestingly enough, within this consultation period, there was no discussion about what would happen to the children in our area. They forgot. There was no discussion about what would happen in terms of mental health services. They forgot that as well. There was no equalities assessment done. Apparently they forgot that as well.
Hamdanin kevni ohid akohid Arano bait sirabit Hamer hot balais Hamer hot reis Mein hemri di rywin Godi elais
Angry words were exchanged in the House of Commons today in a debate about who decides on whether to shut hospitals in England.
Now, we did not change change. We did not stop the government from driving through that filthy clause, right? We've lost that round of that fight. We now have to start a new conversation about what do we do when 119 becomes the law.
The public are no longer going to put up with being misled with false information. The public are no longer going to put up with oppressive dictatorial diktats, essentially, from a government not interested.
You've just watched a wonderful film about the Save Lewisham Hospital campaign over the last year and a half. Many thanks to Stuart Munro for making that film. It shows what can be achieved when a whole community comes together to fight to defend their local hospital. But where do we go from here? What you saw towards the end of the film are examples of where Save Lewisham Hospital campaigners have been out campaigning in support of other hospital campaigns in London and around the country, because we recognise that Lewisham is not in a bubble, that Lewisham is part of the NHS. The whole NHS is under threat as never before, from cuts, from privatisation, from PFI and from attacks on NHS staff. We hope that through our inspiration, our experience, our confidence, our knowledge that we have acquired over that year and a half of campaigning that you've seen in the film, that we can use that to help to build a movement across the country. So what you saw in Lewisham, we would see that writ large across the whole country. That's the kind of movement that we're going to need to defend our NHS.